Hey guys, Jonah here, back once again for another beer review, and this one I actually found a review that I did, and I'll put in the description my previous review, which was for Oktoberfest back in 2013. So 11 and a half years ago, I did this beer, and it's one of the beers that you probably would have tried. I cannot believe that I didn't put this on Untapped already. So, if ever I needed an excuse to drink another beer, that's it. Um, Maybe my taste buds have changed since then. But it's this beer. It is Paulaner. It's their. Well, this is slightly different. This is their Münchner Hell. So this is the Helles. I think the beer I had last time was their Oktoberfest beer, which is a tiny bit stronger. This one is, if we turn around here, 4.9% on the ABV. So this is the beer you can get all around, all year round. I think the one I had before was the Marzen, which is the slightly stronger. It's essentially the same beer, but they brew it slightly stronger for the beer festival, which is cool. Now, as I have said, if you can't be bothered to watch that other video, this dude is Bowler or Ball. He is who the brewery's named after, basically, and they were founded in 1634. So quite a long time ago. Look, there he is on the cap as well. And the funny thing about this guy, and I kind of remembered that I'd done something similar. Is Bowler, who's a saint essentially, is the saint of fire handlers. What the hell does that mean? Well, he's probably in the circus, wasn't he? And some people would describe the Catholic Church as a circus, but yeah. And he's also to do, and this is the bit that's especially pertinent to myself. He's also the saint of people, seamen, and people that sail on the sea, sailors and seamen. Um, yeah, and I have, as I said in the previous video, seamen in my blood. Um, yeah, and I don't know if that joke has got any better in the last 12 years, but it's true. I have Admiralty in the blood, but also Lipton Cup sailing winners. I've also got connections um, with the RAF, but that's for another day. We're talking seamen today. Um, ah, as I lick a drip off the tip, as it were. There we go. Paulaner, there's the glass of beer. And there's cheeky Uncle John's grin. Let's get into this beer. I doubt this review will last too long because Helles or Hells or however you want to call it, they haven't called it this actually. Surprisingly, they've called it München beer or Munich beer. But it's a Helles, which is basically a pale lager. That's essentially what it is. And the Germans, especially down in the south, that you can see me is absolutely crystal clear, know something about brewing the pale, easy drinking lagers. Even though these days our pale lagers in the UK are getting weaker and weaker, like our Resolve in the UK, we're getting beaten by everyone. Personally, I think it's time we take the power back and kick some ass. But at the moment, we are the cocks or cooks of the world. We let people walk all over us for some reason. It's probably to do with the money. But anyway, less about the UK. We're talking German and we're talking Munich. People in Germany don't like the people from Munich much. They think they're kind of hillbillies and that kind of stuff. They take the flak of many jokes, but I like the southern Germany. It's nice and warm in the summer, cool in the winter. It's got mountains on it. It's been there a few times. Brilliant place to go. If you want a trip to Germany, include down in the south, include Munich other places further south, it gets quite interesting down there. Excuse for a beer too. Okay, so nice, sweet, um, reasonably malty. There is a little bit of bitterness there too. It's not what I would call a strong tasting lager. Um, and like I said, it's definitely on the maltier side than the hoppy side. Got the noble hops in there. Couldn't work out exactly what they are, but it is obeying, like a lot of German breweries do, the Rhine Hotskobot, the German purity law. So water, yeast, hops, and malt. That's it. No adjuncts, no extra sugar, no weird stuff. That's how beer essentially is supposed to be made. Um, well, we could have that argument, dear viewer, but the Germans definitely think that's the way it should be brewed. Well, according to the law that was passed years and years ago, um, basically for tax reasons, essentially, they wanted people to buy malt as opposed to all the other kind of adjunct things that end up in beer these days. Some of them I quite like, actually. Ooh, yeah, it's definitely a traditional beer. I think last time, if I'm right in thinking, I said it was quite a light beer. Maybe the Marsden's slightly different. Maybe they mix it up a little bit. Um, this one's definitely got a malty kick, and although the bitterness isn't insanely bitter, it's definitely there. You can taste the hops in here, and it gives it a little bit of kind of yeah, a little bit of bitterness, but the maltiness takes it for me. Malty all the way up front. Um, yeah, it's a classic beer. You can get this beer anywhere in the world. Oh, wow! Because it's a lager, it gives me the burps. Don't know what that says about me, but it's something that happens. Wow, double bubble. Um, the reason I'm swirling my glass, well, two reasons. One, there was no actual lacing on the glass at all, which is unusual. But then lagers don't necessarily provide a lot of lacing. Um, and two, I was trying to get some sort of aroma out because I didn't do the aroma check at the beginning, so it's a good excuse now, and it is quite a malty bad boy. Um, the other thing to say about Paulaner, not strictly about this beer, is that it's a kind of it's in a collaborative brewing I don't know if they've done it all the time, but they're definitely together with Hacker 4, which is another of the Munich, the Big Six, um, like the Big Three in heavy metal. It's the Big Six in Munich beer, uh, and there are two of them. Obviously, Hofbrau is another. But yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely beer. Oh, really, really good. And um, yeah, I always think, and I never quite plan it correctly, but I always think about revisiting my set of reviews because I never got the full six, unfortunately. But trying to do the big six, as it were, for um, Oktoberfest, which, as we all know, is in September. Well, it finishes in October, depending what weekend uh, either Yeah, it's the first weekend essentially of October that it finishes, but it starts in September. But dear viewer, I always thought I should revisit, and it's been 12 years. If I did it this year, it'd have been 12 years. My God. Hmm. Anyway, as I said yesterday, I'm off on holiday literally tomorrow. So probably won't be doing another upload for a while. But why not support me by linking up with me on Untapped? Obviously, you can put Jonah in, Jona, into Untapped, and you should be able to find me with my lovely fluffy bunny sitting on my shoulder. If not, I think there's a link to my Untapped in this video. I usually put it in there, and then you'll find out what I've been drinking over my holidays. Um, but I will be back, and I will be back with another beer review. Not going to come up for a week or so, but it'll be reasonably real soon.